Hey everyone, today we're gonna cover in the most basic essentials of the Git repository version control. Today the data science jobs are even more becoming even more complicated and complex, and it requires interaction with other team players in the and in the on the projects, and that's why the importance of the Git knowledge of the Git is becoming more and more essential for the data science, data analyst jobs. So that's why we are gonna cover the most basic first ABC of the Git repository, Git version control. What you're gonna do first is go to the website and download the Git. So this is the website I'm gonna leave on the description part, so you can download it. I go to the downloads and choose your operational system. Once you download it and install it, you're gonna go to your file. This file is for now it's just a file on your folder. It's a folder in your computer, so it's a local folder. These are local files. It's not repository. What you're gonna do, right click on the mouse in the folder and you go to the git bash here. You're opening the terminal of the git bash. It's a Linux um, syntax, but no worries. The commands are pretty simple. That's why you don't not need to know how to use the bash actually. And what you're gonna do now, it's not a repository. So I'm gonna create a repository. I'm gonna transform this into the repository. Write the git init command. You have the message initialized empty git repository in this folder. So you have this appear now here. You're not gonna see that if you haven't clicked on that. So click on that and to see the hidden files, because this file is saying you that eventually this folder is a repository or not. Other files don't have this. Other folders don't have that. So in order to see what is the now conditions of your repository, what do you have inside and so on, you just write git status. Git status say gives you a message that we are on the master branch. Branch is there are different branches in the Git. So first default branch is the main branch is called the master branch. So whenever you are creating the repository, you have default the master branch. You might create other branch, but those branch are you're working on that those branch. Maybe you are debugging something in that branch, and then at the end, eventually, you are merging with the default master branch to have the final result, right? So we have the untracked files. These two files are untracked. They are present in the repository, but they are not being tracked yet. So we want them to be tracked because we want to see in the future what the amendment modification not being done to that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna write git add and dot. Now if you're gonna change check the status, you see that these files are becoming green. That means that they are new files in the repository and they're being tracked. Now we are fine, right? So what if I want to do amendments, modify something in the code? I go to code. For instance, if you want to see something now, git diff, we're not going to have anything, right? So, but if we want to change something, just ignore the command that I wrote here. It's just the check command, just for your information. You don't need now this command, right? Focus on this part that you want to change something on the code, and eventually you are going on the code and say, look, let's leave the message for someone else who's gonna work on this folder. Please keep the path constant. Maybe someone is changing every second time the path and getting another path, and you cannot able anymore find your um, like constant pass and so on, whatever is it, like we're not going to the details of the code. So you did this amendment, right? You close the Visual Studio Code. Now you're going again to the git bash, and you want to see git status. You see that there's something in modified. It's immediately recognize the modified files and says, look, this file is modified. You want to see what is modified there. Git diff. It says, look, there was nothing here before, and you added the key, please keep the path constant. Say, okay. Then you decide whether you want to keep this or you want to ignore this. I want to keep this, alright. Say git add dot. Now we are seeing git status again. Oh, you see there's no any more changes on these files. But it's not end yet, so you need to commit also this. You write a git commit and you leave with message with -m a message for the person who's gonna use this use this, right? So you're gonna write added a message about pass. Okay, now I want to see how many times that been changed. This I write git log. It says that's been committed. This hashtag, like it's this code identification code of the commitment by this person. It's me. At this time on Tuesday 25 April, and it's the message that I left, right? And if I want to see the details, I write again git log and write -p, says what has been changed and so on and so forth. Well, since now we're fine, and now I'm not gonna go to the branches and so on because this topic is not gonna cover the branches part. What you're gonna do now, if you want to have, if you are working with your colleagues and with your teammates, you want to have the repository on cloud for different reasons. For example, if you don't want to lose your lose your project when your computer gets down and so on, or if you want to work with others and you want to keep the changes constantly and so on. So it's simple. You go to your repository, the GitHub account, github.com. You write top repositories, new repository. You write the name, ML models. You can leave or not can leave the description. You can add or not add the readme file. Git ignore template. The git ignore is the configuration that you are making in order to hide some files that you don't want others to see. It's okay. Like now we are not gonna go to the details of that. And then we write the create repository. Alright, it shows you create a new repository on the command line. If you're creating a new repository and so on, or push an existing repository from the command line. So we already have the repository on local repository here, right? Now we are not interested in creating the new repository. We want to push our repository on the online, right? We will have that online. So we are just copying this. Remote add origin, like it's saying that the where is it's gonna be, right? So just write Q here in order to quit. Q stands for quit. And add this comment here. Git remote. Then you say you need to specify your branch. We don't have main, we have master. And what you gonna do now? The git push you origin, the origin branch. It's not main, it's master. It's pushing now your local project into the online repository. Now this repository, right? If you go to this repository, you already can see the differences, and it's 4 minutes before. It's added 4 minutes ago, and we have this file and so on. And basically, that's how you push your local local project, local Git repository into the online Git repository. And then, yeah, that's it. The next time, if you're interested in, I can show you how to pull pull the repository from your online repository in your local repository in order to work on that. See you guys. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it was as short as possible in order not to steal too much time of you.